Great War, the war to end all wars. The battlefields of Europe between 1914 and 1918 saw the bloodiest engagements in human history. Countless lives were lost, with soldiers laid to rest where they fell, oftentimes in mass unmarked and hastily dug graves. Indescribable horrors were witnessed by men far too young to comprehend what they saw. Some of the worst fighting was carried out in the trenches, an intricate network of claustrophobic canals from where both sides of the conflict blasted away at each other, whilst the bodies of their comrades piled up around them. Between these opposing trenches lay no man's land, a scorched, battle-beaten, desolate place where no one dared tread. It was as close to hell on earth as there ever was, or is ever likely to be. Out on the Western Front in 1915, the Belgian town of Ypres was besieged by fearsome combat and became a victim of multiple mass poison gas attacks. It is against this vicious and bloody backdrop that a tale can be told that remains unexplained to this day. It was 7:20 a.m. on a murderously cold morning in Western Flanders' Ypres Forward Trench B775, and Captain Rhys Johnson of the 7th Battalion was inspecting his men, making them ready to advance on the enemy. 45 scared, starving and befuddled souls, all making their peace before what they knew would be a quick death, cut down by machine gun fire without taking more than a few desperate steps. How wrong they were. The air thundered with incessant artillery fire, and the soldiers' breath froze on their parched and cracked lips as a watery winter sun crested the horizon. 7:25 a.m. Silence. Someone had turned off the world. Captain Johnson peered over the trench, looking out into no man's land, preparing to give his order to advance. What he saw chilled him more deeply than any winter's day he had experienced in his short 28 years of life. A strange, greenish-grey cloud rolled towards him, a whispering, pulsating death, sucking the life from all that it touched. A billowing cancer that no gun, no bayonet and no man could conquer. He had no time, no moment to warn his men, and when the cloud struck, pandemonium broke out. Men fell where they stood. Some lay on their backs, faces turned to the skies, their unseeing eyes screaming words to which choking throats could not give vent. Some lay face down in the dirt, waterlogged trench mud snatching glorious victory in their deaths, cheating the stalking mist of another victim. Yet others crumpled and hunched back to back for support and comfort as their final breaths struggled to escape mortal shells. And yet death overlooked Captain Johnson that day. As the eternal scythe passed over his head, out of the green mist he witnessed a figure emerge. It was a man, without any special protection and wearing the uniform of the Royal Army Medical Corps. He approached Johnson and, speaking English with what seemed to be a French accent, and placing a comforting hand on the captain's shoulder, said, "Son, this is no way for your men to die, left where they fall. Allow me to lay them to rest with the dignity demanded of heroes." In shock, Captain Rhys Johnson of the 7th Welsh Guards stumbled and sat down, resting his head in his hands. When next he looked, mere moments later, the stranger had disappeared, and 45 men lay peacefully in a line on their backs. Johnson fell prostrate to the floor in thankful prayer. The story of the stranger's appearance and his subsequent actions is not unique, and was reported multiple times throughout the Great War. Even, it seems, when man is at his most evil, the force for good cannot be totally extinguished.